This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, good Erev Shabbos, everybody. As we prepare for Shabbos Parshas Beha'aloscha, there is a pasuk in this week's Parsha that enjoys a feature that no other pasuk in the Chumash enjoys. Pasuk says in Parak Ches, pasuk Yates, Va'etnas halaviyim nesunim la'araynu levanov mitoich b'nei Yisrael la'avodas avodas b'nei Yisrael b'yahamoyed V'lechaper al b'nei Yisrael, v'lo yiyah b'nei Yisrael negev, b'geshes b'nei Yisrael al-kodesh. The pasuk speaks about the election of the Leviim to be God's selected servicemen in the Beis HaMikdash, and the pasuk mentions the words b'nei Yisrael 5 times. B'nei Yisrael, b'nei Yisrael, b'nei Yisrael, b'nei Yisrael, b'nei Yisrael. Quite interesting. Why would the Torah mention the words B'nai Yisrael 5 times? Could have certainly used the pronoun after saying B'nai Yisrael, could have said them. Why B'nai Yisrael 5 times? Dr. Rashi. Chamisha pa'amim nemar B'nai Yisrael b'mikra zeh. 5 times it says B'nai Yisrael, lehoidia chibasan. To teach how much the Rebbeinu Shalom loves Klal Yisrael. How much does Hashem love us? Shenichpelu askareiseim b'mikra echad. That the number of times Bnei Yisrael's names are mentioned are Kaminyan Chamishe Chumshei Torah. The number of the books of the Torah. In other words, Rebbeinu Shalom is saying, I love every Yid so much, like the Torah itself, like Chamishe Chumshei Torah. It's giving you an insight into how much the Rebbeinu Shalom loves a Yid. Every Yid is precious to Hashem. The Maharal explains like the Sefer Torah itself. But let's ask the following question. Why now? Why does the Torah choose this juncture to teach us how much Hashem loves Klal Yisrael? Maybe He should have told it to us in Parshas Yisrael when He gave us the Torah. Maybe at the end of the 40 years. Why dafka now in Parshas Beha'aloscha, at this juncture in time, does Rebbeinu Shalom go out of His way to say about a Yid, B'nai Yisrael, B'nai Yisrael, B'nai Yisrael, B'nai Yisrael? Says the Kedushas Levi, Rabbi Yitzchak of Berditchev was nifter in the year 1810. Get a little picture, a little insight in who is Rabbi Yitzchak of Berditchev. Story goes, once it was midnight, and Rabbi Yitzchak tells the shamish, quick, get the schnapps. Get the schnapps, what are we going to do with schnapps? Chatzois halayla? He says, come with me. He takes the shamish to the Beis HaMerchatz, the bathhouse, where all the aniyim were sleeping. And one by one, he starts waking up the homeless aniyim. And he tells the shamish, pour the schnapps. And he wakes up the ani, and he pours him a cup of schnapps. The ani, his eyes are like glazed over. He thinks he's already in Olam Haba. Cannot believe a free cup of schnapps on a cold winter night. He's about to pounce on the schnapps, but Rebbe, I can't drink the schnapps. I didn't wash Negelwasser yet. I'm not allowed to drink. I'm not allowed to eat food. Can't touch the food. Wakes up another on the ani. He thinks mamish he's in the highest level of Gan Eden. But Rebbe, I can't drink it. I didn't wash Negelwasser. And one by one, every homeless ani, they wake up, they offer the schnapps. At first the ani thinks like he's already in the paradise, and the ani says, Rebbe, but I didn't wash Negelwasser. Then they go to the Shabbos guy. And they wake up the Shabbos guy. The Shabbos guy is going out of his kelim. Takes the schnapps, he guzzles, he drinks the cup, he takes the bottle, he drinks the hoban. Whereupon Rabbi Yitzchak raises his hand to Shamayim. He says, Yibonu Shalom, Master of the universe. Look what a wonderful people you have. These aniyim are hungry, they're poor, they're cold, they're tired, and yet not one of them would chas v'shalom take some schnapps without washing Negelwasser, and they're even being machmer. The halacha is, it's only if you touch the food itself. They're being machmer and a chumrah. They wouldn't even drink the schnapps, and yet this guy jumps on the schnapps, Mika Amcha Yisrael. It's quite interesting, it's brought down in the Sefer Ilonei Dechaye, in the chapter Or Haner Daf Yud. Then the last year of Rabbi Yitzchak's life was Matzah Yom Kippur. And Rabbi Yitzchak turns to his Talmidim, he says, I was born today. And really today should be my day of Petira. But I'm so looking forward to the mitzvah of Sukkah. Ninu better. This mitzvah of Sukkah and Daled Minim, that I was mispalel to the Rebbeinu Shalom that he should give me the zechus to have a few extra days to be able to take the Daled Minim, to be able to sit in the Sukkah. And in fact, the Rebbeinu Shalom The Rebbe Hashem listened to his tefillah, and Rebbe Hashem gave Rabbi Yitzchak another Yom Tif. He survived the intermediate days between Yom Kippur and Sukkot, and finally on Chav Hei Tishrei, Taf Kuf Ayin in 1810, only then his neshama departed, only then he returned to the Olam HaEmes. It's quite amazing. The Kleisenberger Rebbe told over that his ancestor, the Yeshua Yaakov, was once sitting in the city of Yaroslav, and all of a sudden they're about to go into Davin in the Beis Medrash, and the appointed Chazan was about to start, and all of a sudden a tall man comes up to the Amud, takes the Amud unappointed, nobody asked him to daven, and he starts Kol Nidra in such a beautiful, melodious, powerful, moving voice. They didn't know, should we take the cane and schlep this guy out? I mean, who is this guy? Nobody told him to daven for the Amud. They figure after Kol Nidra he'll sit down. After Kol Nidra, he goes straight to Marav. They don't know, should they tell him to step down? Nobody asked him. We have a Chazan, we're paying the Chazan. Daven's Shema. And they want to remove him, but it's such a beautiful moving davening. And he davens Marav. After Marav, he doesn't move. He sings the Shir HaYichud. And as soon as he finishes the Shir HaYichud, he starts saying Sefer Tehillim. Slowly, Mila b'Mila. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, he's up to Perek Lamed. Throughout the night, he says Sefer Tehillim. Did not sleep, did not sit down. Comes the morning, he's there for Shacharis. He's davening for the Amud, Psuki de Zimra, Berachos Kriyashma, Shacharis. They open up the Aron, everybody knows who's going to lane. He gets up to lane, he davens Musaf. And at this point in time, people say, this is not a human being. This is a Malach Hashem Tzvakos. Didn't sleep the whole night, has been standing on his feet, Kol Nidre, Marav, the entire Sefer Tehillim, Shacharis, laning Musaf. Musaf goes straight to Mincha, Mincha to Ne'ilah. By this time, people were afraid that this was a Malach Alekim. He davens Ne'ilah for the Amud. So he whips the shofar out of his pocket, he blows the shofar. He stays at the Amud for Marav. After Marav, he goes to the house of the Rav. The Rav invites him to his home for Havdalah. The Rav doesn't even, think about making Havdalah himself. He makes Havdalah, he drinks a little bit of wine, whereupon he's about to faint. He turns to the Rav, he says, I'm about to faint. So the Rav brings him some food. He says, no, not food. Gemara Masechta Sukkah. He gives the Gemara Sukkah. Meanwhile, the Yeshua Yaakov, who was younger at the time, he's hiding under the bed, waiting to see the Malach reveal himself. He starts learning Masechta Sukkah, Daf Beis, Daf Gimel, Daf Daled, Daf Hey, Gemara, Rashi, Tosfos, Daf Zayin, Daf Ches, Daf Tes. He learns Masechta Sukkah the entire night. Until the morning. Finally, he makes a siyum on Masechta Sukkah. Rabbi say, Rabbi Yitzchak mi Berditchev. And at this point, the people are nishtoimim. They can't believe it's mamish malach Hashem tzvakas. Rabbi Yitzchak mi Berditchev. Says Rabbi Yitzchak, what's happening in this week's parsha? The Rebbe Hashem is electing the Nevi'im. He's selecting Shevet Levi to be his personal emissaries, to do the avodah in the Beis Hamikdash. Pasuk says, "V'hayu li halavim." The Levim will be mine. Lest one mistakenly thinks, says Rabbi Yitzchak, that if the Rebbe Hashem is selecting the Leviim, he probably loves the Leviim more than he loves regular Yidden. So therefore, at this juncture in time, when the Rebbe Hashem is selecting Leviim, the Rebbe Hashem says, but you should know, even though v'hayu li halavim, but v'etnas halavim nesunim li'aron mitoich b'nei Yisrael. La'avid es b'nei Yisrael, v'yomei l'chapra al b'nei Yisrael, v'yeh b'nei Yisrael negev. That even though I'm selecting Leviim and I'm giving them responsibility and nobody else could do the job, but in terms of my chiba, in terms of my love, in terms of who I cherish, I love every single Yid equally. Kulam ahuvim. That is why Dafka at this point in time, one may mistakenly have thought if the Rebbe Hashem is selecting Leviim, he must love the Leviim more. No. So at this point in time, the Rebbe Hashem is saying, every Yid is chaviv, is dear, is ahuv to me like the Sefer Torah itself. And this is a very important limud in this generation. That the same way, let's say, Kohanim are given certain responsibilities in the Beis Hamikdash. Only Kohanim could bring karbanos. Only Kohanim could go into the inner sanctum. And nobody would say, Hashem loves Kohanim more than he loves Yisraelim. So too, men have certain responsibilities. Men put on tefillin, men put on talis, men could be part of a minyan, men are mechuyev to go into a minyan. But lest nobody think that Hashem loves anoshim more than noshim. No, the same way kohanim have certain responsibilities, men have certain responsibilities. But when it comes to the ava of the Ribbon Hashem, when it comes to the chiba, when it comes to the love, Hashem doesn't love kohanim more than Yisraelim. Hashem doesn't love Leviim more than Yisraelim. Hashem does not love an ish more than an isha. When it comes to Hashem's ava, it's kulam ahuvim. Every yid is like a sefer Torah, is like chamisha chumshe Torah. What's the greatest ava in this world? Parent to a child, husband to wife. Chafetz Chaim writes, the greatest love in this world, the person loves himself. Right? But as much as a person loves himself, says the Chafetz Chaim, the Ribbon Hashem loves a yid even more than you love yourself. And therefore, says Rabbi Levi Yitzchak, at this point in time, when Hashem's selecting Leviim, selecting them, the Ribbon Hashem makes it clear. But when it comes to Ava, when it comes to Chiva, every yid is dear, every yid is Ohov, v'nechmad, like the Torah itself. Rabbi Say, Agun Shabbos.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.